Hello, hello, hello. It's so great to be with you today. My name is Karen, and I'm just really excited to come and share with you today. I've got the honor of hosting this call with a lady who is going to come to you with absolute brilliance. Her name is Gail Bernard. She is a wife. She's a mother. She's going to share with you how life started out not so great and how she has made the best of everything. So, sit back, grab yourself a cup of tea, enjoy this little journey and this story, because here's something I want to share with you. Gail may or may not share how old she actually is, but one thing I have come to learn about her and her husband, man, they have energy to burn, and they are really ramping up what healthy aging looks like, what it can be like for you, and how you can turn lemons into lemonade. They have a no excuse attitude. And we'd love you to interact as well. So if you do want to interact, just allow StreamYard access so we know who is doing the commenting. But without further ado, why don't I bring on this amazing lady? Be prepared to be wowed, because she's amazing. So welcome to the call, Gail.
Hi, Karen. Thank you very much. And thank you for the honour of sharing with you today. I feel very privileged and humbled. Life's a journey, and we're always on a journey, and I'm just going to share a bit of my journey.
Sounds good. So why don't we start, I guess, at the beginning of your life, because that didn't start out so great.
No, I wasn't aware of it, but born in 1953, so currently 67, and I was a premature baby, under 4 pounds, which is really, really tiny. And in 1953, the science, the medical support really wasn't anywhere near as it is now. And so honestly, I'm lucky to be alive, right? Lucky to survive. So of course I was really nurtured with lots of love and TLC and lots of milk. Milk. I was the milk baby, I didn't even know there was formula then, possibly not. But anyhow, milk. And I was fed because my parents, I was so precious to them. There was a 10-year gap between myself and my sister, and I was the baby that they didn't think was going to arrive. Okay, so anyway, so carried a bit of extra fat throughout my childhood, and that became the norm. And then the tummy, well, apparently it was the baby fat. I still had that baby fat, and I got to a point I thought, well, why have I still got this baby fat? And then the stories you believed, you're big boned, and I hear that a lot now. And you take that on board, you think, well, yeah, okay, this is me, this is my body, bit of extra fat, blah, blah, blah. And you think a lot of it is genetical. I was always bigger. Okay, I was a bit taller for my peer group, but I was always a bit bigger than the other kids at school, and I was always aware of it and very, very self-conscious. And, with my older sister marrying when I was 9, that gap, we didn't really spend a lot of time together anyway, but I pretty much grew up in an adult household, and parents back then, you just sort of did what was right. You presented, but you didn't show a lot of emotions. And so I would put on the bravado face, the mask, but a lot of the emotions or how I was feeling about myself or the things I would hear and take on board, I carried around in me, which was a bit of a weight, and so to feel good, I was always looking for acknowledgement of some sort or other, affirmation, approval, and I would focus very much on achieving, because I didn't believe I could change my body, but I could achieve. Okay. I have always been active, played lots and lots of netball, swimming, outdoors, but again, self-conscious of how I look, especially in my bathers and at the beach, and we'd holiday at the beach a lot. So, yeah, and then I did achieve. I achieved at school, but my self-image with my body shape was not good. I'd take on board comments that would hurt me, but I wouldn't let people see that, and I would carry that hurt. And it was a way of protecting myself, I thought, but I really wasn't doing myself any favours. Sweet lollies, sweet biscuits and lollies and ice cream were the norm. But I sort of thought, well, that's normal. And then we ate regular, the 3 meal deal. I always had my 3 meals a day and snacks and stuff, but obviously some of it wasn't as good. Although we didn't have as much processed food then. And then after I got married at 20, the weight just gradually crept on. And as I said, I ate healthy. For me, Weet-Bix and toast was the norm for brekkie. I'd have a salad sandwich for lunch, some sort of meat and veg for dinner, pasta, rice, whatever. But but was when I came home. I was a teacher, and the after school nibbles kick in because you're really lacking what your body needed, and so the weight kept going on. And when I felt down or I felt hurt or things were, whatever, I would reward myself with food. Okay, that was my reward, my personal reward, because I wasn't perhaps getting the acknowledgement from where I wanted around me in my world, whilst I was still successful in my career. Water, I never really understood the value of it. I never really used to drink much. I wasn't thirsty, but that's what my body knew. Right, it developed that habit. My parents were absolute tea drinkers. I could not stand tea. I tried all sorts of teas, the green teas, the this, or that. I couldn't do it at all, and I got onto coffee, and coffee became my go-to. And as the years went on, I think coffee was my artificial energy hit, but it didn't do me any favours, obviously, and it dehydrated me along the way. So yeah, I loved my sport, but still the weight wasn't moving. Okay, I got into the gym when I could, but I really didn't enjoy it, and it didn't make a difference. And I did lots of different diets. I was the typical yo-yo dieter. I'd hit start moving forward, but it was challenging. It wasn't easy. It was boring. It took a lot of work. I just would give up again. And then, of course, you'd crash and you'd get back to where you were or worse. So as my career evolved, I pretty much ran on autopilot. I was always structured in my day, get up, go, feed my body what I thought it needed. But I thought actually swung to being healthier, because instead of having Weet-Bix, I had Vitabits. They were healthier. And then there were times when you'd try not to eat much at all, but it really didn't make a difference. It was coffee. And in the school system, I'd get up in the morning, I'd have a coffee, get to school, have a coffee, recess, have a coffee, lunchtime, have a coffee, da, 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 da. So it went on. So there was a time when I was having too much coffee and I was aware of it, and I did pull it back a bit. Anyway, so fast forward, I retired from a school principal, loved my career. I was overweight. I had some aging ailments, restless sleep, as I mentioned, very dependent on coffee, not very fit, used to suffer a lot of reflux. Constipation was normal for me. I didn't even realise it was abnormal. But I thought, yeah, well, I'm getting older. That's what happens as you get older. You slow down. You don't look as good. You have these issues that kick in. And I really accepted that was normal. Anyway, then met Kevin after my late husband passed, and Kevin was looking for something. So he met up with, or he connected with Karen, and he was actually looking for the business opportunity. And I thought, well, I had no idea what he was talking about, but come on, you better help me. So, oh yeah, right. Really still no idea. And because Karen's message was, well, let's get you started on the products. And I was really skeptical. I thought, well, yeah, right, it's all totally foreign, and I've tried all this other stuff. Anyway, so we did. We worked solidly with her. I clearly pronounced I will not give up my coffee for anybody. I was adamant about that, and I still started on the herbal tea, and I thought, anyway, gradually, one day I didn't even look for my coffee, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. I was wow. My craving for coffee just went. I really couldn't believe it. I love the smell of coffee now. When I walk past a barista, I just soak it in. I'll have a really lovely coffee occasionally. I don't enjoy it half as much. It's a little treat, but it's like, oh yeah, I don't know. Which is weird. Anyway, so moving forward, my energy just picked up tremendously. A lot of my aging ailments have dissipated, which was totally unexpected. My skin's a lot smoother. My nails, this is something I didn't realise. They used to always be breaking, and now they're strong, which is wow, really, really incredible. A lot more active. My sleep is solid. I have really deep sleep now. It's not as restless. I wake up early, ready to jump out of bed without the alarm telling me it's time to get up. And yes, I can still be on autopilot, but I feel better for it. The constipation just isn't there anymore. The reflux has settled. It's amazing. And I went on to lose 18.5 kilos, which was totally unbelievable. So, and it's been totally the support. Obviously, our nutrition is amazing. I couldn't believe the difference it made. But then we hear all about the science behind it, the theory, the source of the ingredients. It just all makes sense. And anytime I tap into or hear anything outside of Herbalife, but to do with good nutrition, it really just all aligns. It's just amazing. The accountability, the positive community. Now, this is really, really, really significant because the mind plays so many games on us. And even though, I thought I had life under control, I knew what to do. No one could tell me I'd lived life. I was, 35 years in education. But things changed. Honestly, my personal development has expanded tremendously, and a lot of it is about learning about me and understanding other people to a point, but being open to listening and realizing we're all different, we're all unique, we all have challenges. It's okay to be vulnerable and accept them and ask for help and embrace that support. So my personal growth has just been, triple what I ever got through the education department, and really amazing. So then, with my increased fitness and energy and, my passion has always been to make a difference. That's really what attracted me to teaching. I love, seeing kids learn and the click over and people develop in their leadership or whatever it is. And so now this has sort of embraced my role as a wellness coach. I'm helping people still, and it's just so heartwarming. I just so love it. I got sidetracked then. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. So, yeah, it just thrills me. It thrills me to make a difference, and I just love the community. So we were running 3 fit camps a week, which was fantastic, and it was exercises that I never used to enjoy. Really, really toned up. And then switched around a bit, and we were doing some cardio drumming sessions. We were doing 5 of them a week, which was amazing. Loving how I looked. Loved my wardrobe. I do like clothes and shoes. My self-image lifted, and my confidence and willing to be me, not with the facade on, not with the mask on, and show up as me. And I guess I'm more open to being vulnerable and exposing myself, So my motto is to live life, absolutely live life. And I know there's so much to live for, going back prior to this healthy journey. I wouldn't have imagined my life to be anything like this now. I would have imagined that I was slow, aching, debilitated in many ways, sliding downhill, and certainly not as happy. So, okay, life throws you some curveballs, and I've had quite a few of those along the way. Family challenges, lots of different challenges, and there are times when you get off track, and then you can go back to making excuses to yourself. We're all very good at that, and you know what? We believe it, which is really like, wow, smack in the face stuff. But the community is what brings you back in. And I know, the products are always there. They're my nutrition every day, forever, forever. I can't believe the difference. In fact, I'll just sort of wind back a little bit. Occasionally you'll go and you'll have something different, and your stomach goes, oh, it's just like the body doesn't enjoy that other stuff. We have treats, but we have smaller amounts. But when the mind plays funny games, you make excuses and you can reward yourself in the wrong way, which is what I've done for a lot of my life, okay? I do know that when I love myself and I'm true to myself and I'm getting this great nutrition, I'm more me, I'm more alive, I can be more, I can give more to everybody, to the people I love, to the community, and to people I haven't yet met. And so my vibrance, my desire to make a difference can be stronger, and it can really have that positive impact. I know when I'm not true to myself, I can't give the best of me. And I also I know inside I'm not authentic, and it's not the rigid way to be. I don't enjoy it when I know that I'm lying to myself. So I guess, looking after me, do more, be more, give more, make a difference. So forever grateful for the whole package, the nutrition, but the community, the support. Wonderful. Thank you, Joe.
So, Gail, I just want to touch on a couple of things, or bring out a couple of things. So, for those who are listening, and I'm sure all of us can relate to those times where we're not being true to ourselves, or maybe things, like we're not showing up as our best self. Like, what was the trigger? Like, what was it that you realized that you said to yourself, hang on, that's not me. I've got to go back to being my authentic self. Because I'm sure, all of us are no different. We all have that moment of maybe it's screaming at the kids because, I don't know, you're late for work, or you've got to get them to school on time, or, maybe you're late for, getting held up in traffic. And so all this pent-up stuff comes out, which is it's not the stuff that we want, but that deep down shame that that you were talking about from, having that belly fat and, not dealing with that as a youngster. All this stuff comes to the surface in different ways. So how does it show up for you? And obviously now you are aware of those triggers. What is it that are you just like, stop, Gail, right, I know what happened? Or,
okay, yeah, I'm very aware. When I do when I do the inappropriate thing for myself, I'm not doing myself favors. And I do a lot of self-talk now. And at the end of the day, or in the beginning of the next day, I know, and I don't squash it down. I don't hide it. Come on, it's that belief, it's that understanding, it's that knowing, and just like make a new plan. Now, there are many, many days when I've made a new plan and they fall over again and again and again and again. And I thought, come on, get over this. How long? You won't know what you want. You know what you can be. You know what you have. You know what's in front of you. You know what opportunity and what's possible for you, for your future. And I honestly want to live longer. I want to die. No, what was the wording? I want to die older, but being young. There's another way of saying it, but I have a passion to live, and Kevin and I have a great future ahead of us. We're currently on 2.5 acres, and we're doing a lot of landscaping, a lot of gardening. I have no issue getting the shovel and digging and weeding and planting, and just absolutely love it. We're currently also doing up a renovation, which has been hours and hours of toil, but it's okay. I love making plans and seeing them evolve, and it applies to everything. And that's planning for my life, for my health, for my wellness, and with Kevin, our life, and with whatever is around us in our own environment, and also but people. Love helping people, love helping them grow. And look, I guess it just comes back to recalling, really affirming the positive elements. Don't let them slide away. Really draw back on your wins. And yes, and acknowledge it's okay to fall over. We are normal. We're human beings. And humans have the power of thought, which sometimes against us, but we really just have to, well, not just, no, cannot have to. It's just so important to really understand yourself and identify when you fall down, and maybe have some little tips to pick yourself back up. Some personal reading or some affirmations. I have little signs around the house, but developing routines can really help. And what works for one doesn't work for another. It's a matter of finding the way for you, but also the community.
I think also, like, one of the things that I pick up from yourself and Kevin is the fact of your vision, and something we haven't touched on that I want to touch on really quickly. And by no means does that mean that this is a small part, but your heart between yourself and Kevin is so huge that you have led a group of people to raise $500,000, for Herbalife Nutrition Foundation, and that's all through charities and through an idea that Kevin had. But your drive to want to do that and to lead that, and really to take that on, and actually you've made it global, within the company. It's really just so inspiring.
Yeah.
So
it just blows me away, really, how that came about. It was a little dream of Kevin's to hop on his bike and ride from Torquay to Adelaide, and I'd drive behind and pick him up when he fell down and raise money to help these disadvantaged kids around the world, because, again, our passion is to make a difference. And I know, as particularly, and Kevin also identifies that what happens for children's early years and as they're growing up impact on their future so terribly much. And so, yeah, we did this. We enrolled a few people in the first year, and people couldn't believe it happened, and we got there. And then it's just exploded. And what is it, 7 years, I think, that ride's been going for now, and engaged a lot of people along the way. And it's just been amazing, and has duplicated in countries around the world. And it's just, it is really, it's just came out of a single idea. So that's the power of teamwork too, Other people came on board and joined arms with us and supported the journey. So.
And one thing that I think that is so key, is that obviously you are people who want to help others, and being a teacher, that was your way of doing that. But what you've now been able to do and managed to do as a couple far outweighs the impact that you could have had as a teacher, right? And that's not to do with the work that you've done or teachers or anything like that, but like your reach globally, from your home down to Victoria, to be able to change so many people's lives. Really, I just really want to acknowledge yourself and Kevin for that, because it truly is something that I think will go down in history with the company, and you were the change agent for that. So I'm so proud of you both for everything that you've shared. And so, okay, so let's wrap this up. So I want to thank you for your time, but why don't we just leave the guys with just one or two tips on maybe how do, if they are in a place where they don't feel great about themselves, maybe their own body image, or maybe a tip or two around what they could do to that.
Okay. Right. I would say, first of all, sit back and acknowledge anything that you have achieved, anything that you have been successful in, any way that you've made a difference in your life, to yourself and or to others, because everyone has the power. And and does make a significant difference to other people. And particularly, I know a lot of mums, give to their family, give to their kids, give to others, and they're often the ones that come last in line and forgotten. But if you sit down and acknowledge the little differences you've made, if you've made the beds, if you got up and you got the kids to school on time, you put the meals together, and I'm talking, I guess, to women here, but anything, you brought home the paycheck, you went and did something that you really didn't want to, but you did. That is an achievement in itself. So acknowledging achievements and focusing on the positives, and disregard the things that don't work, disregard the negatives. We all have the next opportunity to step forward, and the next day is a new day. But focusing on the positives, because you focus on the negatives and you go down, and all these other things start piling in, and also acknowledging that you are in control of what you are in control of, and there are some things you're not, and accepting that, but doing the best you can and moving forward. Yeah.
Fantastic. And I just want to say, like, you're in your 60s, Kevin's in his 70s. You guys look amazing for your age. Like, you've taken healthy aging to a whole new level. So I do want to say a massive thank you to you, Gail. If you are watching this and you're not sure how to become a part of the community, or where to go to, or you want more tips, just have a look at that link below, or send us a message. Gail's in this group, and I'm sure she'd be more than happy to answer any questions. There are so many coaches that we're trying to bring to you and share their story, so that you can start to see that we're normal, everyday people who just have a passion to live life, be healthy, and help other people. So, Gail, massive thank you. Honoured and humbled to, be beside you today. And I just look forward to, the more impact that you guys are doing, and the inspiration that you give to everybody. So, thank you so much. And everyone, we will see you next week with another coach. So, bye for now.
Bye.